And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner!
Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever. Hi friends, welcome to the weekly recap from We Are Soccer. Well, unfortunately, we open up with some sad news today. As one of our longtime friends, We Are Soccer contributors, Mr. David Hebestreit has passed away this week. I know a lot of you knew him, knew of him, have heard of him. He is was a huge person and contributor to the soccer community here in Metro Detroit, and to be honest, the soccer community around the globe. He traveled for soccer. He was involved in soccer in every facet you could be. I have never heard anybody say an ill word about Mr. Hebestreit. Unfortunately, this past week, 53 years old, succumbed to a heart attack. So yeah, with heavy hearts, we bring you that sad news. Really a true pillar of the Detroit Metro soccer community. His impact went far beyond just the field, though. He mentored players, he coached them, he was friends with them, friends with all of us, contributed greatly to the We Are Soccer group. His commitment to soccer and growing the sport, probably by far the best I've ever seen. There's no one who could compare to him. I've had a lot of people in the last couple of days text me, call me, stop me at soccer games and ask what happened. Unfortunately, he in the last couple of months had some health issues, and he succumbed to him. So don't worry, though. His legacy will live on in all of us and everything we do soccer-wise in Metro Detroit soccer community. Again, just a guy who was loved by everybody here in Metro Detroit. Never heard anybody say a bad word about him. I have a lot of people who've texted me this week and said, he traveled to games in Europe a decade ago or 5 years ago or last year, and he traveled and watched all these games, and he'd pick up a scarf and he'd pick up a program. He'd buy 2 of them because he'd bring them back for people who he knew liked the club, who he'd gone to see. All these stories are coming out about it, and it's so great to see these stories come out and people talk about it, and really you see how missed he is and how missed he's going to be. So our thoughts are with his family and friends and those who had the privilege of knowing him. Just a sad day for our community here. So we wanted to open up the show letting everybody know that if you hadn't heard that news, unfortunately, Dave Hebestreit did pass away this week, sadly. So from all of us here in the studio, which is Nate, Brooks, and myself, we'd like to say a big cheers. And, thanks, Dave, for contributing. And don't worry, we won't forget about you. And, it's been a tough week. So, it is what it is. We're actually going to, what we're going to do, we're going to put up a picture. We're going to have a beer here in his honor, and then we'll be right back right after this. Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Okay. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh, wow, that's not MLS. Cool.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump. Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin, you know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh, Sorry, sir.
Hug, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Ah.
All right. Well, unfortunately, on that sad news, we must soldier on. We're here to talk about soccer, as David would have liked. He chimed in a lot, often on this, so we're going to forge ahead. We're going to talk about some of the games that happened this weekend. We're going to talk about some of the games that happened last weekend, because obviously it was national team weekend. A lot of national games went on, and there was some big ones with U.S. men's national team. Coach Mauricio Pochettino got his team off and running.
He likes his goals.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
He had that team playing well in the second game, we will say.
Well, listen, it's hard to win in Jamaica and that field. Come on now.
Oh, absolutely, it is.
Like-
They waited to get the work done.
I mean, you think England could win that like that in Jamaica?
Yes, stop it.
Yeah, probably.
But here's
Get
the thing.
out of here, both of you.
No, stop. Like this, like this. You're being ridiculous.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I
Go
am
to your
not.
corner, Brooks.
If they had to do CONCACAF qualifying, they would struggle a little bit.
Listen,
No.
England played pretty well, and they had half their team drop out a couple of days before, and England played well and beat Greece handedly under Coach Lee Carsley, who now has left, and we wait for Thomas Tuchel to step in. But that's not what we're talking about.
Anywho.
We're talking about U.S. men's national team and how they did very well. We'll get. Do you guys want to jump into
Let's
that?
jump into it.
You want to
Yes,
talk about
let's
that?
go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, first leg, 1-0.
Underwhelming, and Jamaica put up a good fight.
Hold on.
I mean,
It's tournament football.
Yes.
yeah, it's 2 games.
This is what you do.
Yes.
And this is what Pochettino is good at. This is how he got Tottenham into a final
Yes.
of a Champions League, right? Like,
You're not wrong.
this is what you do. You don't get scored on when you go away. You do what you need to do, snuff one out, and then now you're a +2 at home, basically.
Yep.
You know, now if you pop one in, now the other guy's got all the pressures in the world on him.
Yep.
So to me, he did what he had to do, and it wasn't bad. Like, was there a ton of goals? No. But did he open his team up and put him at risk to get scored on? No. And they outpossessed.
Yep.
And then he let them loose at home, like you're supposed to.
With a pretty good Jamaican team, by the way. That team wasn't
They had Bailey, Gray.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bailey was there playing well. Gray played well. I mean,
Yeah.
that was not a pushover of team. I give Pochettino credit in the first game. Getting through, getting the goal, getting the win, we move on. Because it was a 2-game series, essentially, right?
Yes.
Now, you set yourself up at home for the second game, 3 days later, 4 days later, whatever it was.
Yep.
And then the floodgates opened, right? I mean, and Pulisic goes through and scores a nice goal early on. Someone called that one of the nicest goals that's ever been scored for the U.S. men's national team, and I went, hold your horses.
Really good
here.
goal.
Great cross. Took some balls to get to the ball first, right?
Yes.
Goalie's coming out. Blake, the goalie's coming out. Jamaican goalie's coming out. And he sticks his leg in, gets there. A nice goal. One of the best ever scored by U.S. men's national team. Nah, please.
Now, I will say this, though.
Please.
First thing, that was the first time Winston McKinney has ever assisted Christian Pulisic, apparently.
Yeah, that
all
was.
the years that they ever played.
Was it really?
Second thing, that goal went from right all the way over,
Yes.
and it's like, oh wow, switching the field without taking 52 million touches.
I know, right?
That's cool.
Interesting.
Player of the
Funny what
match.
happens when you don't joystick players.
Yeah.
Like Berhalter did.
Yeah.
Player of the match, our American hero, Tim Way.
Tim Weah?
He should have a statue somewhere in the.
Whoa,
States of America.
statue?
Yes,
All right, tell me why.
because without his red card,
Oh,
there's
there
no
we go.
Pochettino. That's what you call.
There we
That's what
go.
you call the definition of a tactical foul, my friend. Why'd he punch that Costa Rica player or Panamanian player? He just had enough of Greg Berhalter. He went out there and went, I'm done with this shit. And just punched a player so he could get it ejected. Smart man. That's 3D chess right there.
That
Yeah.
got the job done. Oh, and by the way, Greg Berhalter is now at the Chicago Fire, correct?
Good. That should go crap.
Yeah, he's got a head coach in another role.
Oh, Chicago Fire is going to be probably screwed for a couple more years.
No, I don't.
You think Greg's going to get the job done in the
club
MLS?
game? No, the club game for Berhalter, he actually excels at because he has time to teach all his stupid tactics to all his players. So, but the things that happen is he's going to do well the first 2 years, and then they're going to all figure it out, and what they're going to do against Greg, we're just going to clog the middle and sit in and not let him do anything, and he won't adjust, and then he won't do well, and then, after 4 years, he'll be out. So, there you go.
Didn't you say he was bad at Columbus, though?
He wasn't good.
He had a few. I mean, he made the MLS Cup one year, and they lost to the Portland Timbers in 2015.
He had like a 53% win percentage.
But it wasn't great.
Right?
Like,
silly.
I mean, they played good football, but it wasn't like, teams just, that's what they did. They because he wouldn't play direct.
Well,
they just clogged the middle.
Either way, we're in a better spot now for you.
Yeah, I don't care.
National
Let's
team.
go back.
we're in a better spot. Listen, I get it. Pochettino wants to come in. He wants to win. He wants to put a good impression here. But are we all on the same page with Tim Ream? Tim Ream
Gotta go.
Gotta go, man. Like, he's not making it through to 2026. It's not happening. Why are we not putting Walker Zimmerman in there? Why are we not putting anybody else in there?
Trusty.
Right? Who? Sorry?
Trusty.
Why not? Why are we not putting them in there?
It would be, I don't know, but I don't want to see him anymore.
Tim Ream?
And it's nothing against Tim Ream. Nothing against Tim Ream.
Still one of the best players on the field.
He's
No,
just
he's not.
old.
Yes, he is.
He's not going to be there in 2026.
100%. He's still the best player in the field. One of them.
Will he be there in 2026?
No.
To be determined.
Oh, you have way too much confidence in that man.
If there's no other left-footed left center back
You
that's
don't
better than
need-
him,
Stop with the footed bullshit. That's
It's
the
not.
dumbest. No, it is. It's dumb.
It's not.
stupid. No, it's stupid. You don't need a left foot to be a left-footed. You're in the center of the fucking field. You got 2 feet. Figure it out. Stop.
what if the guys we have don't
Stop.
have 2 good feet?
Oh my God.
I think Chris Richards has a good right foot, but he's pretty mediocre with his left, to be honest with you.
Sure.
You got Trusty sitting the bench. You got Richards. You got Robinson. Figure it out. Pick one
They've
of the
actually
three.
played Trusty at left back more than they have at left center back,
Pick,
to be honest
pick
with you.
one of the three. Put him in. There's Vickers also hanging around.
It's Cameron Carter-Vickers is playing very well for Celtic right now.
No.
Why is he not in here?
Ream shouldn't touch the field anymore.
Because in 2026, he's not going to be there. Brooks,
Shouldn't
you should
touch
know this
the
better than
field.
anybody. Listen, you didn't touch a ball really well for 6 months. You came out and played, and then all of a sudden you pulled a back muscle.
I did.
I mean, and you're only 31, right?
No, I am 33, but yeah.
33. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you don't look a day over 31.
He's keeping in shape though, Tim Ream. So
I
Yeah.
don't care.
if he is the best option and Pochettino feels that way, I have no problem.
Cool.
with
He
him
was
playing.
grossly out of position to clear out the first goal that ricocheted off the Matt Turner. So there you go.
I think
There you go.
everyone. I think once it was 4-0, they took their foot off.
Oh, great. You want a player who takes his foot off.
So you're gonna blame the center back for that goal when
and-
it's got to get by a whole bunch of people before it gets to the goal.
Brooks, I'm gonna be
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be on your side of this argument because I think Tim Ream actually knew that USA needed to give up a goal. Because that Damari Gray goal for Jamaica
That was a great
made
goal,
it,
by the way, both
made
of them.
it, hold on, so that USA in the semifinals don't have to play Mexico. Now, because of that goal and goal difference, USA plays Panama. Guess who's on the other side of the bracket? Canada and Mexico.
Yeah.
So Canada, Mexico on this side, but if USA win 1-0, Canada swaps over and USA come in. But because of goal difference, it's now it's Mexico, Canada, Panama, USA.
Sure.
So a little easier route to the final. Just saying.
I never want to see Tim Ream on the field again. Thank
I'm
you
on
for
board.
your service.
And nothing against Tim Ream. I love that he's putting his heart and soul into it and he's playing. But you're not going to be there for 2026.
So if he's there for
Shouldn't be.
2026, like I said, I won't.
We've got bigger problems as a nation at center back if he's there at 2026.
We don't
At that
need
point,
him
he's
anymore.
39.
There have been old guys that have played in the World Cup in their 40s. Come on, that have done well.
Pepe and Thiago Silva is center backs. I don't really remember too many others that.
Oh, so like the best two center backs probably.
I mean, is it
the last
Modric?
20 years?
So not Tim Ream.
So Luka Modric still playing at like almost 40. Tony Cruz playing up there.
Toni Kroos is 34.
And
Luka
retired.
Modric is 38.
And retired.
And retired.
Ronaldo's still dicking around.
Ronaldo's he's a machine. He's a machine. Hold on.
Yeah, does he really?
You are comparing the best players in the world
Yes, to Tim Ream.
to Tim Ream. You understand what you're
But
doing.
there are
right now.
probably better players.
Hey, Nate Jales is still kicking around. So could Tim Ream.
But there are probably still, like we're talking about, there's guys that are probably waiting to play and start, and that they're taking up a spot that they should be playing.
I want to know.
So that's the fair argument. Like, come on.
I want to know from our friends watching right now. Do we expect Tim Ream to be around? Should he be around? Even if he's, let's say, in the next. Don't forget, don't forget, he is now not in the EPL anymore.
Oh, he's
in
been
the
with
MLS.
Charlotte.
He's with Charlotte in the MLS.
But Pochettino came out and said it doesn't matter where my players are playing
Pochettino,
as long as they're playing.
I think he's being told to say that.
No,
right?
he's not.
He is.
Ah!
Hold on. How is he earning all of his money here in the USA? Because he's getting $6 million a year. How is he earning some of that money?
For someone that doesn't like conspiracy theories, apparently you're throwing out
No.
one here.
How is he earning some of that money?
Huh?
$2 million is coming from the U.S. Soccer Federation. How is the rest of his salary coming to him?
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship. Who is probably one of the sponsors?
VW?
VW.
Yeah. There's probably some
Maybe
other
an
ones.
Apple or someone like that who helps
maybe.
MLS. So it's, just saying.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it, Nate.
How many MLS players actually touched that field in the last game out of all 15 players that touched the field?
I will say, well, let's say. So there's Tim Ream.
Yeah, we counting him? Yep, he hasn't played a game in the MLS, but I'll give you that
Yes,
one.
he has.
Yeah,
He's
he did.
played
He
for
did.
Charlotte FC
He did. He
this
played for
past-
Charlotte this
yeah.
past year.
Okay.
Yes, he has.
So,
I mean, Matt Turner's a former MLS player.
No,
Not
not
a
a
current,
former.
though.
I
Yep.
said current.
So Ream is on there. Robinson did not touch the field.
No.
So it's just those two, I think.
I was just at one.
One.
Tim Ream.
I'm
So
done.
Ream.
I rest my case. That gives you all you need to answer there right
It doesn't
there.
look too good.
Whoa, yeah, I'm
Doesn't look
sure.
too good.
So yeah, we'll see what happens when January camp comes around.
Hey, when Luciano Acosta, when he gets into the squad,
He ain't coming to the
Yeah,
national team.
that's true in a lot.
He's not coming.
He's
to the-
you
coming.
don't think he's coming?
He's coming.
No.
He's
Why
coming.
not?
No.
Well, I'll tell you why he's coming too.
Why? Yeah, tell me.
What country is Pochettino from?
Argentina.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Luciano Acosta is Argentinian,
No, I
but
think
now he's an
Pulisic-
American citizen.
I think he's going to stick
Here he
Pulisic in that
comes.
10 spot and play other guys wide. Because Milan's doing that right now,
That's
and,
cool.
and he's been
Lucio
successful
Acosta's
with it.
going to be our forward.
How happy are you that Brandon Vasquez got a look?
How about
Yeah,
Ricardo
we're-
Pepe still
we're-
scoring?
I think we're done. I think we're done with Brendan Vasquez. He looked. I mean, I wanted to see him out there. I did because I thought he could add something different, and
He had a lot of chances to put the ball in the back. of
he
net.
did not look good those two chances. I don't know what they did to him in Mexico, but they ruined him or something. But he had a good goatee. He had a great goatee.
Oh, that's good. No goals.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't play well, but
His goatee was on point.
It is.
Did you see his
Pepe's-
goatee? Wait, let's talk about his goatee. It was one of these things that were like this, and it kind of went like this right here. It was almost like an evil villain goatee.
what did
It's
do we know?
good.
What did Fatmob give the goatee? A good rating?
9 out of 9.
Ooh, that's
It was
good.
goatee man of the match, actually.
Goatee man of the match.
Yeah.
Playing wise, probably.
Oh,
like
he's awful.
Yeah, you know.
But his
4.6.
goatee was really good.
Fatmob coming up with good stuff. It's good stats all the time.
But it's Pepe's job to lose.
Pepe scored
He's
9
still
goals.
scoring- he's still
at
scoring in
PSV.
Europe.
He scored a
Yep.
hat trick this weekend.
Exactly.
It is Pepe's to lose.
It is right now.
What about
The Sargent's hurt. Who knows what Balogun's hurt? Who knows
What
what's
about
gonna happen
Balogun?
with him?
Balogun? I think once he gets in
Yeah.
with Pochettino, I think that could
I
be the
don't
guy
know.
because of his speed.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Pochettino said something about wanting players who actually want to be here.
Yeah,
Sure.
Pepe actually wants to be here.
He does.
he definitely wants to be there. Oh yeah.
It's not like I talked to Balogun personally, but we had to campaign to get him here.
Sure.
Yeah.
I question. I have a big question mark there. I have a big question mark if he's not going to start. Is he going to be happy?
Correct.
If he's not, if he's on the bench waiting to come in, I can tell you that Maloney wants to come in, and he doesn't care if he starts. He wants in.
Just wants to be
He
a part of
said,
the roster.
I will buy my plane ticket.
Yep.
That's a guy who wants in. I don't know if he'll ever make it. I don't know if he's good enough. Yeah, like Tessman kind of impressed me, and
Tessman was good.
Bucio's been impressing me. so-
Cardoso got hurt, so
Yeah.
there you go. And he's transferring to Tottenham, which he'll never play.
You got-
So there
you
you
got
go.
Some serious studs.
There's a
that-
lot of people who are looking at him, by the way.
Yeah, you got some serious.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Also,
You got some serious studs in that midfield with Adams getting healthy now. I don't know if there is room for him. So,
I think Adams will find his way into.
No,
that
no, I
spot.
mean
Cardoso or Tessman. and Tessman?
Maloney.
Oh,
Yeah,
Maloney?
of course. I believe. Yeah.
I don't know if there
He's
is.
different.
He is, but
He's
there's-
different.
It's tough. But with that-
Tessman's been good though.
with that
he's got to
said-
get out of Lyon though because they may get relegated for financial reasons. So.
That's an easy way out. You're relegated, and I'm better than you,
Yeah.
so someone will buy me.
Yeah.
With that said, there's a difference in attitude. I think you can even see between Balogun and Maloney. So
Oh, of course.
I don't know. I don't know. I have a big question mark if how well Balogun is going to fit in with with the way Pochettino wants players who actually really, really want to be there, not someone who just wants to get a cap.
Right. Well, we're going to find out. I'm really happy about this, to be honest. We don't have any more international matches until March.
We got some comments.
We got
though.
4 months until the next international match. And
You're
by the way,
happy.
I'm very happy because international games suck. I'm so done with them. I'd rather go back to them and watch Aston Villa play because Villa sucked this weekend.
Yeah.
Struggle
bus
for sure. But Mexico does play Canada on the other side of the bracket. Panama versus USA on the other side. Those are your two semifinals. Meet in the middle.
It's a revenge match for the United States.
Against Panama. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's one of our two biggest rivals. So, provided we get past Panama. All right, go ahead and read some of those comments, my friends.
Here we go. Alan Vince have to play. So, for into the U.S. men's national team, have to play some South American teams and beat them before anyone takes them seriously. Fair enough.
Agreed.
Fair enough. Like, we got to get results against them. I agree.
What's Bolivia doing next Tuesday? We got this.
not that one.
What's another just random?
Venezuela?
No, they're good.
Chile?
No, they're good. No, come on.
Uruguay?
What?
Uruguay?
On the list. We can do better than that,
Uruguay? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Brazil suck now. We should play them. This is the best time to play Brazil. They absolutely suck at the moment. No.
enough.
What's that island with the head statues? Easter Island.
Easter
They
Island.
got a team?
I don't know if they do.
Brilliant. Easter Island,
Easter
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring your
We'll get
team.
you that South American win.
There you go.
Let's go.
Scott Emmert tuning in.
Oh,
Hey, Scott. He said, what's the status on Gio? He's played a little bit with Dortmund, apparently. But I don't think he's ever going to get back in, to be honest with you.
We'll cover his garbage minutes
Yeah.
when everyone falls asleep at Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Stick around about 30 minutes. We'll get to Bundesliga chat
And
time.
then Scott with the comment, Scally can't be the best we find. We need a right-footed Jedi. I do agree with Scott on that one. Yes, and then we have some YouTube comments here from BX Gunner 81. Weston Pulisic link-up is very critical to any success. I think all of us agree with that one. Yeah. He did put that one on. He's put some good balls on the silver platter last few games against Jamaica when he played the last two.
Platter silver? Platters can be many colors.
They can, but back in the day when you had China, right? Like you had nice China, everything was served on the silver platter. That was
Wouldn't
because
a gold platter be better?
I don't know. Maybe because gold gives off a taste or flavor. It comes off. I don't know.
And
You're asking the wrong guy. I don't have silver or anything.
Yes.
Can we get on this platter conversation?
Yeah, I like that comment though.
One more comment from the same guy, BX Gunner 81. Unpopular opinion, but Pulisic is one of the top 5 wingers in the world right now. Do we agree or disagree with that?
Okay, hold on. First thing, Brooks, stop hiding your identity through the sky. Come out and say what it is.
I don't.
He's over there. No.
Do you see me typing?
Good trick, BX Gunner 81, who's really Brooks over there.
I would say right now, based on performance, I would say he's top 5, top 10. Absolutely, he is playing out of this world in Milan right now. Pulisic.
But they're playing him as a 10, and he's done extremely well. I mean, that Milan Juventus game was kind of dull. I watched a little bit this Saturday, but he is looking phenomenal. And just roaming and just doing what he does.
Let's just say the first part of the season, right? All seasons, we're in about 10 to 12 weeks right now.
Yeah.
I think, yes, he is a top 10 player in the first 12 weeks here. Top 10 player in the world.
There are rumors that United and Liverpool and West Ham, some other clubs want him in England, but I think he should stay in Italy.
He's smart enough to know that I've tried that. I've been at those clubs.
Yep.
It's a little tougher over there. It's a little slower at the Serie A.
Yep.
This is where I want to be. He's making his mark, and he's staying healthy.
Yes, which is huge.
Staying healthy. Yes. And Serie A treat their players like that.
Yes.
It is more mental because the game is slower, but they work on the body a little bit more.
Are you guys talking outside player or 10?
I'm just saying.
He says winger, but do we think he's a top winger? I mean, he's probably one of the best players in Serie A, I would say right now.
Yeah, but
I don't want
as a winger.
I'm
it's tough.
I'm not sold.
I'm not quite sold as a
Sorry,
top
he's good,
guy.
but I'm not going to give him top because I can name some.
Yeah, that's fair. Vinicius, Mbappe,
Saka.
I would put Mbappe and Vinny Jr. lower right now in the first 10 weeks of the season.
Okay.
Because don't get me wrong, they are phenomenal players, Ballon d'Or players, right?
They're playing in a better league,
but they haven't played well.
But they're playing in a better league.
They actually they played today against Legunes, and they've had to come up with new positions. Vinny's moved into the middle, Mbappe's gone out wide left. They're still figuring it out. It worked better. Yeah. They're still figuring it out. Those players can't figure out how to play well together.
So top 5, no. Top 10,
I
no.
think so.
Top 20, you probably can get me top 20.
Sure.
You can get me top 20.
I'd go top 10 right now, personally. I just
Is
think
he
he's
the
doing
best
that
player
well.
that the United States has ever had in the history of ever? I'm going to say yeah.
100% yes.
Yes.
100. I would love to know what other people's thoughts are on this,
I'd say
because
yeah.
I don't think there's a better player to ever touch the ball from USA than Pulisic. That kid is mentally and physically the best player we've ever had.
At his age, I think he's accomplished more and
absolutely.
has a lot more to go than anyone else.
He's got 50 goals. He's the fastest 50 goals, isn't he?
Would we have said this 2 years ago? Because I think everybody would have gone, there's Dempsey,
50
Donovan,
points. Sorry,
and
50 points, my bad.
Claudio Reyna, and blah, blah, blah.
I always did because he won a Champions League.
Up until Pulisic, I always thought Dempsey was the best player we've had, the most creative and influential. Like Donovan, yes, like to a certain extent.
Sure.
But like guy that went over to Europe, was successful with Fulham, made the transfer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And we're not just talking U.S. men's national team or outside of U.S. men's national team. We're talking the entire sphere.
Yes.
Right? Because, I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
I would love to know if anybody thinks different, by the way. Put your comments in if you think anybody is better than Christian Pulisic. Because
no, yeah.
the kid
Pulisic
is still
has trumped
growing.
Yes.
Again, he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Who knows where he could have. But I think he is smart enough to go, hey, Man United or Chelsea or West Ham
I
or
don't need
whoever. No, I'm good. I've been there. I've done it. I've had the big money transfer move. I've earned that money there. I like where I'm at because I'm playing well, I'm healthy, and I'm really taking my game to the next level.
And the most important thing in AC Milan is Zlatan loves him.
Zlatan
Right
love him.
there. Why would you leave? I wouldn't.
Hey, whatever. All right, so U.S. men's national team moving on. We'll check back in March.
Yes.
Until then, there's nothing to talk about for them. Let's jump into the EPL. So this past weekend, we had some pretty good games. The one that takes the cake for me, that stands out, was definitely that Tottenham game. They went to the Etihad against Manchester City and absolutely thrashed them 4-0. I mean, a masterclass by Tottenham. This was not just a smash and grab and take all 3 points. This was, we're going to dominate you. We're going to let you hold the ball. We're going to press in the right areas, and then we're going to break out. Kulishevsky, cool as you like, with some of the freaking crosses and how he was able to control the ball down the wings and bring the ball back in the middle. Just phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal. James Maddison had a stunner of a game. Solanke, I thought, played very well. Tottenham, not a fan of your club, not a fan of you, but well done. Congratulations.
An applause?
What? They deserve it. If you go to the EPL champions and beat them on their home turf 4-0, all the applause to you. And not just like
I think Haaland
lucky
was frustrated after that game.
Very frustrated.
Yeah.
Absolutely frustrated. Pep didn't know what to do, couldn't change anything. Now, the funny thing is, before the game, Manchester City had a big ceremony, and they had Rodri there, and they said, Ballon d'Or winner Rodri, and the big signs, and they had this whole thing. Man, do they miss Rodri on the field.
Sure.
And that just was a prime example. I thought this year, even when Rodri went down, I thought, it's still Man City. They've got Gundogan in the middle. They got De Bruyne there. Jack Grealish is there. They brought in a couple of other players. They're going to be all right. 5 losses in a row. 5 losses in a row. 8-point gap between Liverpool and Man City. Yeah. We'll show the table in a bit.
Looks like I'm not going to get my prediction right.
Listen, this continues. Just hand the trophy to Liverpool in March. Put it in their cabinet. Call it a season. It's done. Absolutely.
Good old Arnie.
Arnie Slot.
Yeah.
I predicted they would finish 7th, Liverpool. He has come in and turned that club around and is playing phenomenal. Today, I watched the game against Southampton. They struggled at times. I thought Southampton actually put up a really good performance at home against Liverpool, but in the end, Liverpool's class just showed through.
Sure.
Just
I think
absolutely showed through.
I think Liverpool wins this in the end.
Yeah, I agree the way they're playing right now.
And kudos to Klopp for picking someone which is going to come in and just easy transition. Didn't Klopp have a decision in that?
Nope. Once he said he's leaving the club,
I'm sure they asked for suggestions.
I would say they probably didn't.
You don't think so?
I would say they probably didn't. No, that was definitely not Klopp. But hey,
kudos to the front office.
Yeah, they did a very good job scouting and bringing this guy in. I thought he has done a phenomenal job. He has Darwin Núñez playing like a wonder. He's got Salah back up and playing again. And did you see Salah when he scored today? He took off his shirt. He's almost as ripped as Nate.
He has the best abs in the Premier League by far. That's the only thing I noticed in this match.
Only because you don't play in the Premier League.
I've heard you have the best abs in
his
MUSL.
I'm going to say this right now. His abs slightly are better than mine.
Oh, no.
They're more pronounced. It's genetics.
Oh,
he beats me.
dang it.
Yeah.
Can't do much about that. But let's get back to Man City. Are they in crisis mode? Is this crisis mode? I mean, 5 losses in a row. They're 8 points out of first. No? Tell me why not, Nate. Tell me why not.
Because they're City.
Because they'll just go on a 28-game unbeaten run?
Yep.
So
it's going to start with, because isn't next week Liverpool?
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's going to start.
It is.
Will you turn your corner?
That's where they're going to turn their corner.
That's
West
the
Ham?
game everybody needs to put on your calendar.
West Ham?
I think it's a Sunday.
No, West Ham.
No.
Oh,
They'll
sorry.
never turn. They're like United.
Oh, okay.
They turn too many corners into the circle. They're back to where they're at. They're like, you said damn it.
You said that with Man United.
Yeah, I know.
They turned the corner
What
4
happened,
times.
Brooks?
Yeah.
Brooks, what happened?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But Tottenham, I think, have turned the corner this year.
Yeah.
Now, they got beat 2 weeks ago by Ipswich 4-1 at home.
Yeah.
That's the Premiership.
Hey.
That's the Premiership.
Hey, everyone. It was really hard at home.
yeah, you know.
I'm glad you brought that up before we go anywhere further, Craig, on how hard Ipswich can be at home.
And, Nate, I'm really glad you brought that up as well, because they put one over on Villa earlier this year. That Ipswich team.
Oh!
That Ipswich
World beaters.
Yeah, I tell you what, maybe not top 2, but I don't know. Don't count them out of top 4 this year, that Ipswich club. Yeah, they've beaten all of our fucking clubs, by the way.
Europa, here they come.
Damn it, Ipswich. I blame Ed Sheeran.
We drew them at Brighton, so 0-0.
So you drew with them.
Just wait till you go there.
Villa drew with them.
I think we did go there.
Man United drew with them. They beat Tottenham. Ipswich. Yeah. If you could just beat the shit clubs, you'd be in first place.
Next time we play them is January 16th. The Brighton Seagulls. So yeah.
Does that date have a significance on it? Because that's 2 months away.
I don't know. You know, I'm just telling you next time we play them. Anyways, we have a comment again from BX Gunner here.
Brooks, it's just you.
I know, and it's just me, right? I know. Really, I like starting conversations here.
Go for it.
Okay, he's saying, so Liverpool are a Virgil van Dijk or Conte injury away from dropping off. Do we agree?
Yes, I do. Yes, they are not very deep, especially in the back and in the. Especially in the back, absolutely. Yeah. And the rumors are, sorry, Nate, the rumors are that Arne Slot wants to sell his backup goalkeeper, Kelleher, right now, who's starting, and Allison. He wants to get rid of him and bring in one of his old goalkeepers from where he coached at before. I think there's going to be a big turnover this summer at Liverpool.
Sure.
But, yes, this is the problem Liverpool have had for the past couple of years. They're not deep. They are not very deep. Yeah. With their back 4. Yep. So, absolutely. Virgil van Dijk goes down injured, season tank.
I'll say
that's done. They got to wrap that guy in cotton wool.
Not only that, but their midfield, if any of their key midfield players.
Well, they're on their backup keeper, right?
Yes, Kelleher.
He's actually done well.
I think the midfield is slightly deeper than the back line. They still have Ndu Watharu. They've got a couple of young kids who they've brought in here and there. Trent can move into there.
You're relying on a lot with a little, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of depth.
They don't run deep, Liverpool, and this is what caused them in 21-22. This is the year that I think they're going to run away with it if they stay healthy. Do they stay healthy?
They're in all the competition still, too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. I wonder if they go to the winter
games.
transfer window and add people.
If they got money.
Or they dip into the academy.
They do have a what's the kid's name? He played in the FA Cup, not the FA Cup final, was it? He played in the League Cup final. I can't remember. He stepped in and played very well. A couple of kids played in the Man United game last year, played pretty well for Liverpool. They do have some players, but again, it's not Virgil van Dijk level, who, again, I know Danny hates when I say this. In my opinion, Virgil van Dijk is a world-class center back, and that has what's kept them in the past 12 months really where they are. Now Mo Salah as well. Mo Salah's putting the ball in the back of the net. He seems to have found a resurgence.
Those abs.
It's got to be the abs.
They didn't go away.
I trust me. I don't know how he does it. He apparently doesn't drink alcohol, and that's
What?
I know.
What is he, a machine?
Yeah.
You know.
Literally.
Who doesn't do that?
No.
Except for
Oh, me?
Yeah, Brooks Chocolate Milk Brooks.
Yeah, or I get a
Guns 81 over here.
or I get a water on the rocks when we go out.
All right. You ask our friend what BX Gunner 81.
Yeah.
Brooks is a gunner, 92.
Me?
Yeah, BX Gunner.
Yeah.
Where does Arsenal finish? Where does Arsenal finish this year?
Yeah, let's see what he
Second, first,
responds.
second, third. I'd love to know where we think they finished. Arsenal today put on a really nice show at home, beating Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest set up strangely for me. Chris Wood, leading goal scorer, on the bench.
Yeah.
Didn't start. So that kind of played for me into Arsenal's hands. But Arsenal, in the first 7 minutes, could have been up 2-0. In the first 30 minutes, could have been up 4-0. A couple of offsides here and there, a couple of unlucky shots here and there. But in the end, run out 3-0 winners. Arsenal, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, looking like they've played together for their entire lives. And Trossard gets the start. He played well today. I think, and the back line for Arsenal, that's their starting back line. They need to stay healthy. We've seen what happens when they get injured. When Arsenal get injured in the back, that's when they suffer mistakes, and that's when they take the draws and silly losses. They need to stay healthy in their back. And Martin Odegaard, wrap him in cotton wool because everything runs through him. We saw what happened when he left for a couple of games with that ankle injury. Everything falls apart in the middle. The ball doesn't go out to the wide right. Doesn't go out to the left. He's the one who controls the entire game for Arsenal. Would love to know where our YouTube friend BX81 there,
BX Gunner
Gunner
81.
On Brooks.
or Brooks' brother, maybe?
Yeah.
Brooks is 81.
All right. So,
Yeah.
big win for Tottenham over City. Well done, 4-0. We talked about Arsenal beating Nottingham Forest today. Villa stumbled yesterday at home to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace scored 3 freaking minutes into the game.
Is
boy.
it crisis mode? Has
Wow.
Villa been found?
Uh,
Are we in trouble?
6 straight matches without a
Result.
win.
Yeah.
6 straight matches without a win. 1 win in 8
For you?
for Villa. For Villa, yes.
Oh, is that include cup competitions?
That includes, includes everything.
Okay.
In the league, it's like 5 in a row, 4 in a row, 5
Yeah,
in a row.
4 and you
whatever it is.
haven't won. Yeah.
So,
Oh,
and
wow.
Wednesday, Juventus come to town.
Oh, wow.
For the Champions League. I don't know if you know we're in the Champions League this year, Brooks.
We do. I
That
do.
one doesn't matter yet, so don't worry about it.
I know.
Oh, to him it doesn't.
And then next weekend, Chelsea.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, Chelsea. And Chelsea are playing well at the moment, by the way. They beat Leicester 2-1 today. Yesterday, I think it was. Steve Cooper, Leicester City manager, he gone after 15 matches. It was never going to work out there. Interesting to see who comes in and takes that job. I would bet Graham Potter will be up for that job.
Sure. I think that'd be a good spot for
think
him.
that would
He
actually
does
be a
well
good
with
spot with him.
smaller clubs.
I think it would be a good spot for him. But Chelsea are on Villa's next up on Villa's league list, so that's going to be an interesting game. I think Chelsea actually could beat us because Villa just don't seem to have. We're playing too high up the field. Fast players are getting in breakaways. Martinez isn't able to stop breakaways like he was last year. And in the final third, Villa are playing ticky-tacky and not putting enough shots in on goal. Ollie Watkins taking half a second to a second too long. His shots are getting blocked. He's not getting through. Balls aren't getting put into the middle on a silver platter like they were last year. Things just aren't seeming to fall into place for Aston Villa at the moment. I think because the coaches and the players have one eye on the freaking Champions League games. Juventus coming to Villa Park is a huge match. 1 or 2 players I think should have started yesterday against Crystal Palace for Villa were left on the bench for the Juve game, so they're fresh. Can't do that. We're not winning Champions League.
Well, and I would do it the other way around just because of the format.
Because
The new
the first
format?
couple of games don't count.
Yeah.
Right.
Who cares?
We're into match 5 now. 5 out of 8.
Yeah.
So
Have you qualified? Have you won enough points?
If it were to end today, we're 8th, and we would qualify automatically.
You get past that first round of like.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we would.
Yes.
But there's still,
But I think
still
you have
3
a lot
matches
of
left.
easy games left, right?
Sure, Juventus is easy, right?
Not Juventus. Not Juventus.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head who we have left, but they're not the toughest of matches.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I would have just scrapped it against Juve. Took the.
I think what they said was, listen, Crystal Palace are bottom of the table, like, in the bottom several of the table. We should be fine. We're at home. We can put an Ian Matheson in there.
You need a win.
I
You're never
agree.
fine.
I'm agreeing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What the F? And this is the Premier League. Pick up those 3 points. Lucky for us, the top boys are dropping points.
Yep.
We're in 8th.
Yeah. Pick up the points against the easy team. Have Juventus come in. Pucker look like a dolphin's butthole. Don't get scored on.
See if you can 1-0 winners, right?
Sure, possibly.
Or
agree with you,
0-0.
Nate, maybe you need to join the coaching staff.
Hey, man. I'm smart and stuff.
I'll put a phone call into Unai Emery and tell him I know you.
All I need to do is show anyone my FIFA score.
Oh, Christ,
I
yeah.
am unreal.
And your abs.
And my abs.
And your abs.
Not to brag, but I have a PS5 now.
I don't know what that is.
That's a system of gaming.
They have the
EA 25, baby. It's
Yeah,
like
but-
a soccer simulator.
they have a 5th generation one now.
What?
You're the young kid in the room. You should know this.
I haven't played video games since college.
That was like 3 years ago.
I was in college for like 12 years, you know.
You wish.
Yeah.
We all wish.
Yeah, right?
I wish I was in college that long.
I want to re-enroll.
Yeah. so you're like a FIFA manager extraordinaire.
Come at me, bro.
Aficionado? Like, oh, man. All right.
That's all I do.
Well, the Reigns coach in League One.
Yes, he was just a FIFA guy, and then he
Yeah.
You know how many Champions Leagues I won with Stuttgart? It's not that hard.
Wow. With
Exactly.
Stuttgart?
Yes.
Exactly. It's not that hard.
Wow.
And I bring on American players.
All right, I like that.
All right. So yeah, Villa's stumbling right now. Do I want to call it crisis mode? No, not so much.
The rest of us will.
You guys can.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a few comments here.
Oh,
Yes,
more
yes,
comments.
from
I
our
love-
buddy, from our BX Gunner guy.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, my new best
Gunner.
friend.
Yes, our new
Let's see
best
if he
friend.
agrees with me here.
Yes. So for Arsenal, if we stay first or second, I'm putting more stock in a strong cup run or two. for
Interesting.
Arsenal.
I like that thought.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see. Oh, and then he says, I'm just a Puerto Rican from the Bronx living in Charlotte these days, so it's not me.
You got quite.
There you go.
Holy crap, we hit like a whole new level of demographics.
We have. This is great. I love this. He's a Charlotte FC fan, too. I love it, man. Yeah.
Hey, I love Charlotte FC.
Yeah.
man. All
Yeah.
right.
Did you like Dean Smith, the former Villa coach?
Hold on.
Exactly.
Realize the
Yeah.
demographics we just conquered.
Yes.
We got the Puerto Rican people on board with us.
Yes.
The New York people on board with us.
Bronx,
everybody,
yes.
And everybody who likes soccer in Charlotte's on
Outside,
board with us.
outside the Midwest.
We have officially made it, fellas.
I have. Big time.
Officially made it.
Mr. V or Mr. X or Mr. 81.
The ex Gunner 81.
Mr. Gunner.
Mr. Gunner, whatever.
Gunner.
Brooks' cousin.
Yes.
I'm going to apologize in advance for when USA plays any of the competition, especially Puerto Rico. It can get out of hand. Please don't stop listening.
Hey, he was making some good comments, so he must be a men's national team fan because he was making some good comments.
That's my
All
guy.
right, there we
Yeah.
go. All right, I like
There
it.
you go.
All right, we got a lot of other stuff to get to here. You guys are calling it Villa a crisis mode.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
crisis dumpster fire.
quite there yet. Not quite
Shit show.
There yet. Not quite there yet. We are going to talk about Man United's game against Ipswich at Ipswich as the Ruben Amorim.
A lot of switches.
Ruben Amorim era gets underway. Then we got a couple of other things to talk about. We're going to talk NWSL for a minute. We're going to talk Bundesliga for a minute. We're going to talk MLS for a minute. We got a lot to get to here. But before we do that, I do want to say a big thank you to our partners. A big thank you to Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all your soccer gear needs. Big thank you to Aaron Bird and Next Level Training. If you've got a youth player here in Metro Detroit, get your youth player out to Next Level Training. They are the best trainers around. Big thank you to the Michigan Jags. My son and daughter both did Jags 5v5 today. It was awesome. We were down in Lexington, Kentucky for pre-MLS stuff last weekend. We've been traveling a lot for the Jags. Man, I tell you what, Jags are expanding and doing a great job. Love some of the coaching they're throwing our way. Nate,
You see any cool people walking around that Jags 5 area walking out?
just one. He was hopping along with a
Hell yeah.
Like a pirate.
Yeah.
like a pirate.
With a peg leg.
Like a peg
Coaching
leg.
pirate. I'm like
Yeah.
Yoda out there.
Yeah.
My stick.
I did. Big thank you to Thomas McGee's. Guys, if you're in Metro Detroit, if you're in downtown Detroit and you're looking for a great soccer atmosphere, get out to Thomas McGee's. It's across from Eastern Market. Great beer specials, and they play all the soccer games, even the hard ones to find.
I got a great story about Thomas McGee's.
Oh, all right. Give me a
So
second. You know what? Go. Tell me. What is it?
It's related.
What?
2 seconds. I got a text
Ooh.
Saturday from my buddy, heart
Yeah.
surgeon, super smart, successful guy, not like me at all. And he goes, Nate, let's go to Thomas McGee's and watch the Liverpool game. And I said, Pierre, crap, I got to coach Jags 5.
His name's Pierre.
Yeah,
Awesome.
high school friend.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
great guy.
Otherwise,
Does he have a nice mustache?
No.
No. I was thinking, French guys mustache.
if you didn't have
I
to
don't know.
coach for
Not
the Jags,
everyone named Pierre is from France.
Oh, where's he from?
America, you jerk.
Oh, sorry.
But his parents are from
I was about
Lebanon.
to say his parents are French.
From where?
Lebanon.
Well,
So,
if you didn't have to coach,
Apologies, Pierre.
if you
Apologies.
didn't have to coach Jags,
I would've
Michigan
been there.
Jags, you would have been at Thomas McGee's with Pierre.
I would have been.
Is Pierre a Liverpool fan?
Pierre is a massive Liverpool fan.
Oh.
Pierre is going to be the reason I actually set foot into a Liverpool stadium one day.
Wow.
All right.
Because he wants to go, and I've said, anytime you want to go, I'll go with you.
All right. All right.
So we have a comment here from someone. It's for Villa here.
Oh boy.
EX81?
No, it's not. It's on Facebook. Aiden Mifsud says struggling Villa.
Son.
Mifsud, sorry. I'm sorry. I tried. Struggling Villa are only a win off third. Who was saved for Juve? Question mark. Duran? Question mark. Buendia? There wasn't much on the bench.
I would have loved to have seen Buendia on the field.
Okay.
Yes, I would have loved to have seen him there. I actually didn't realize that Konsa was still injured after he came back, withdrew from the England team. I hope you can get him back. Carlos in the back scares me still. Makes mistakes. He got caught too high. Madison's not quick enough. I'd love to see make sure Digne and Cash can come back. I think Cash was on the bench. I'd like to see him there. Duran, no. Duran still should be coming in the 60th minute. Watkins, though, there's something that's just happened. He's thinking too much. So we need to get through to him. It just seems like things slow down and aren't quite progressing where we'd like them to be. So I'm just worried. Yeah, we're one win away, don't get me wrong, but Chelsea come next, and Chelsea are playing well right now. And Nicholas Jackson today, by the way, for all the griping I've said and how he's not worth that $47 million, scored a really nice goal against Leicester. He seems to be firing on all cylinders. We know what Cole Palmer's doing. Madueke's playing really well. So I'm worried about that game next week. So a win against Palace. Yep. Was so needed. So needed. Anyway, all right, let me finish real quick. So get down to Thomas McGee's. If you're looking to watch that next Villa game versus Chelsea, get to Thomas McGee's. The football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood, if you are in the Metro Detroit area, or if you're outside of the Metro Detroit area and want to do virtual visits, he does those too.
He does.
The football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. By the way, he's one hell of a soccer player. Plays for the Over 30 Bullets team. And Fab Football Academy in England. Check them out. They're scrolling on the bottom line there. Fab Football Academy is based in the National Sports Center in Bisham Abbey. Check them out if you're looking to have a gap year. All right, boys, listen, we're going to talk about that Man United game. We're going to talk about a couple of other things. We got Bundesliga chat time. We got MLS bracket, by the way. There were some games that happened today.
Yeah.
Atlanta United, who beat Inter Miami. They gone. Atlanta United today beaten by Orlando. So we got a lot to get to. We'll be right back right after this.
Change tempo, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Good side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
one of the other big games everybody was looking forward to this weekend was Manchester United's visit to Ipswich as Ruben Amorim begins his era at Manchester United. So he is now the new manager there. Even before the game, so he's had 2 weeks, essentially, just shy of 2 weeks of training with the players. Some of them were on international duty, but they've come back. They only had a couple of games before the game today. Even on the pitch warming up, they're going through the system. They're going through how to move together. So it's not all there yet, right? He needs time. He needs to be given time, as any new manager should be given. On the downside, I was looking for a new manager bounce, right? I was like, okay, these players are going to get up, the new manager. So, yeah, I went ahead and put a little bit of money on them to win today. Dang it, of course. Of course they drew 1-1. But I'm like, hey, they got off to a start. Look at Rashford playing up top as a target man, which is weird, but scores a goal 3 minutes in. Okay, all right.
As soon as they make that comment, Nate's like, he scored a goal.
Yeah.
In our group text, of course.
Some of the Nate, I'm going to ask you the question here. You're our resident Man United fan. Some of the players picked to start the game a little off, right? Like Rashford up top as a target man, Johnny Evans in the back as a center, De Ligt wide left. It looked like Casemiro and Eriksen in the middle. He left Ugarte on the bench. He left Mason Mount on the bench. Just thoughts. I'll let you have at it. First game for Ruben Amorim.
We're in crisis. Fire him! Fire him right now! Get it. Who else do we got?
Who else?
Bob Bradley available? Good God!
Yes, he's not coaching anymore.
No, he's not available. I heard he doesn't
Fire
want to. But Brad Bobley will do it.
Brad Bobley. Hey, Hoffenheim just fired their coach, Mazzarato. We can get him in.
Yeah.
No. So there's actually some logical explanation to this. The new manager, say his name, please, in your fancy accent.
Ruben Amorim.
God, it's so beautiful. Amren, as the American then comes in and says it. He's not coming in to win quick.
No, it's going to take time.
They even said that. No, he said he wants the system, and he's going to play his system and play his way. And instantly, what did he do? He go into a 3-back system. 3-5-2-1. Boom. Right out the gate. Boom. And they said with the international break, a lot of guys were late to return. A lot of guys weren't coming in. And a lot of his lineup was depicted on players that he saw in training that could perform and do what he wanted to do at that game.
Right.
Doesn't mean that
that's how it's always going to be.
Yes. It doesn't mean that that's how it's always going to be. It doesn't mean that Ugarte is not a starter over Eriksen. It just meant for those 3 days, I believe he had the full squad, that he thought Eriksen would be better suited at this moment for that spot.
Sure.
The other thing they apparently were training on was instant transition forward and back. He wants them going lights out, quick forward, lights out, quick back.
Sure.
That's suited for Højlund. That's suited for Xerxes. That's suited for Garnacho. Maybe Rashford. Definitely suited for Diallo.
No, is Rashford going to defend?
That's definitely suited for Ugarte. So some of those guys, again, it was very depicted, and they even said it once, but it makes a lot of sense. It's not an excuse. With the limited amount of time, 2 days of training, I'm going to run the new system to see how we're just going to rip the Band-Aid off because who cares?
Sure.
That's what it was, and I think that's what you saw. And I think it'll be hodgepodge of different players for the next 3 games.
So let me ask this: you are involved in several texting groups and WhatsApp groups for.
There was too many messages. I kind of ignored a lot of them.
I was going to say
I got tired. I was very sleepy today. Not a lot of vitamin D. There's been no sun for multiple days. Yeah. People in the Bronx might not understand this. We lose our sun. The sun is gone.
I mean, not completely.
There is no.
It's just gray.
No. There is no sun.
Yeah.
It is now gray.
You mean people in Charlotte?
Our Man United.
They get sun in Charlotte.
They do.
Bronx. Yeah, we don't.
Yes.
Are Man United fans as a collective willing at this point to go, okay, back off the expectations because he needs to set the base. Because if you look at Brooks, if you could bring up the schedule for who they've got the next couple of games.
Man United?
Yes, there's an easy one, there's a tough one, there's an easy one, there's a tough one. And if I looked at it, I went, that's 4 wins and 4 losses out of the next 8.
Could be.
Very un-Manchester United-like, right?
Sure.
But if he can get his system into place and go, this year, write it off. Write it off. We're going to try finish as top we can, but I need to get the system in place. I need to make sure I understand the players and the players understand what I want to get. Are Man United fans in these groups that you're a part of, are they up to speed with that? Or are they like, we're Manchester United, fucking win now?
Guess what? They don't have a choice.
I agree, but then when you want that expectation of why aren't they winning,
You know what I want?
everybody gets
You know
off
what I
board.
want? I would like a unicorn that fly me anywhere I want magically. And then when I rub the unicorn horn, I get 3 wishes each day that are rejuvenated every single day. And those wishes could be anything I want on a magic unicorn as I run around and do really cool stuff. That's what I want in life.
But
What am I
unfortunately,
gonna
you've got a GMC Traverse.
Yeah,
so-
that's what I got.
Yeah, that's what you got.
That's what I got. Traverse is a nice car, though.
Oh,
It is.
actually, but it's
Would
not.
you like the schedule?
It's not a unicorn with a horn you can rub and take.
It has
anywhere.
no wishes.
Yeah, I
There's
agree.
No wishes.
No wishes.
Oh.
All right,
So-
go ahead.
so-
I was gonna say, go ahead, and then we'll have
Yeah.
Brooks tell us what the game's
I'm just
on.
gonna say it's the fact of the matter is this guy was put in. He was probably gonna be put in 12 months from now or whatever the season was over. As soon as Ten Hag was gonna be fired, anyways. This season was already a scratch off once they kept him.
Yep.
Eric Ten Hag was never gonna be your guy for the future. Never was. Outside of winning the league in 1 year, not gonna happen. So that's who you have. It is what it is. And the fact of the matter is, I think it's gonna get better every week. And we'll go from there. It was interesting what he said post game.
Tell me.
Which was he said he spoke highly of the players. He goes, the players are really trying. He goes, they're really trying, but I think they were thinking too much.
I did see that quote. They were thinking too much, and they weren't just using the skill that they have and the ability that they have.
But he's like, the work effort's there. He goes,
Okay.
you're just thinking too much. They need to just use their ability. And then he also put some blame on himself. He said, I talk to the press too much, and I need to focus more on my team.
Oh, accountability, something new.
That's interesting. That hasn't been at Man United for a couple
Yeah,
of
at
years
least for a
now.
head coach.
Unless I'm somehow misquoting him, but I'm fairly positive that was
Okay.
the full
All right.
quote afterwards. Yeah.
All right, Brooks. Give us the next couple of games for Man United.
Yeah, so the next is on the 28th they play a Europa League match against Boda, some small club.
That should be a win, but
That's going to be a W.
yep.
Yes. Then they play Everton on December 1st.
W.
I mean, it's Everton.
It's 2.
They're like a drum. Everybody beats them.
Sean Dyche is very difficult to beat.
Rumor is he's
Shut
going to be out very soon, by the way. So
fair enough.
onwards.
Oh, crap.
What?
New manager bounce. No. Wait on that.
Wait.
We'll wait on that.
Then Man United on December 4th play Arsenal.
That's a win.
Okay.
All right.
And
I
then-
mean, I like the confidence, Nate. I like the
And
confidence.
then December 7th on a Saturday, Man United play the ever tough Nottingham Forest.
3 days later, December 4th, and then December 7th.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in Boxing Day now. We're close to December type schedule.
So
That's a win.
December 4th, Arsenal. December 7th, Nottingham Forest, who, by the way, have been a very tough team, except for today against Arsenal, where they set up incorrectly.
They're coming to us.
You got it.
It's a win.
That's a win.
And
Okay.
then here I'll go 2 more matches here. They have a Europa League match on December 12th against Victoria Plazen.
It's another win.
That's
this
another
is like,
win.
This is like
That's-
And then
5 wins in a row. What's the problem?
And then 15th we have the Manchester Derby.
Which they're in crisis, so that's another win. That's 6 wins, guys. I don't understand what the issue is here.
No issue. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Speaking as every Manchester United fan you know, modestly speaking, this is easy 6-0.
Modestly speaking.
6-0.
We're going to win every game 3-0.
Yeah.
Not even.
Well, yeah. Well, modestly speaking, 3-0.
Modestly speaking. We're going to take our foot off the gas and just win 3-0 the next 6 games. Okay.
There's going to be so in all honesty, there's going to be ups and downs, and I think you might have some surprise losses, you might have some surprise wins.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just what it's going to be.
Again, though, the fans have to temper the expectations based on what he rolled out today and what he said afterwards. Like, this is a process.
I don't know who you're
it's
talking
a process.
And I didn't really read any of the chats because I just got bored. Sorry, guys. But I don't think anyone at this point has expectations.
Okay, no, I'm asking if they do.
You can't fire a manager mid-year and then expect the new guy to come in and like win the league. I don't think that's ever happened.
That'd be amazing if that happened.
That would have been.
If there was
you would give him a 10-year contract if that happened, right?
And if there was one club who had fans who expected that, though, it is the red side of Manchester. Sometimes they put. I mean, I think that's part of the reason some of these managers have gone there and failed. The expectations from the fans have just been wildly unrealistic, if we're being honest, right? I think Eric Ten Hag was not the right manager. I just think he was a good manager. The prior managers, Van Gaal, Mourinho, even down to the point of David Moyes, potentially, the unrealistic expectations.
In about 6 months, I think you'll get the full story in Erik Ten Hag.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot going on there.
Agreed.
I think there was a lot of failed signings. I think there was a lot of failure across the board.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, let's move on. Let's do a little MLS chat. It is MLS playoffs. We're going to put up the bracket here. Today, the one Atlanta United was booted out as they lost. Was it 1-0 to Orlando City? Atlanta United, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, they're the ones that knocked Messi and Inter Miami out of the playoffs in that first round. Yeah. They moved on, and today they lost to Orlando. I think everybody wanted Atlanta United to have that fairy tale and go on and win this. I want to see Brad Guzan into the final and potentially win the MLS championship, but wasn't to be. I got to find my...
I got the bracket pulled up here. Yeah, so, listen, derby match between Orlando and Atlanta. Big rivalry there ever since the two teams came into the league. Yep. Upset. New York Red Bull beating NYCFC in the Hudson Derby there.
Yeah, 2-0. So Orlando and Red Bull, Orlando and RB New York.
Yeah, New York Red Bull New York, in the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah. And listen, Red Bull have never won an MLS Cup. Could this be the year? I don't know. It'll be interesting.
The number one seed on the other side just got booted out, man.
Seattle.
Wow.
Seattle. Schmetzer time in Seattle.
Seattle.
Every time.
Seattle started out this year horrendously, did they not?
It was bad. They weren't on a good run, but, you sneak in the play. Oh, my God, I guess not sneak in because you're the fourth seed, but, big win against LAFC.
And LAFC had a hell of a team this year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were really good to beat them 2-1 and move on to the final. And then we don't have it here in the graphic, but it is...
The other LA team.
So now
Minnesota 6-2.
Is it possible? Was that the final 6-2? Oh, I saw it was 2-0. All right, is it possible Seattle beat the number 1 and the number 2 team, both from LA, to get to the final?
I think the Galaxy make it to the final. I would love to see. I'm sure MLS would like to see this now, even though Messi's. You can't do it in Miami, but like an LA New York final. You know what I'm saying? Oh
my God! Of course they would. Yeah, LA.
Two big markets.
LA versus New York.
It's always been a rivalry in every sport.
MLS, Apple would love it. It'd be huge numbers. Yeah. Absolutely huge. Yeah. I would put money on that happening, and then if it gets to that, who's winning it, Brooks? Who's winning it all?
I think the Galaxy win this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. None of us guessed it right at the beginning of the season because I had Columbus and you guys had Miami and then Nate had Cincy. Yeah, so none of us got that right. But at least they all made the playoffs.
The playoffs.
At least we had that right.
We know what we're talking about a little bit.
Yeah, but then, Minnesota United, I was like wooden spoon. And then,
You and I both had was wooden spoon because they had an interim coach at the time.
Yeah, Nate didn't know what a wooden spoon was, so, yeah.
It's a spoon. Made of wood.
Made of wood. Very good.
Very good.
Thank you, Nate. Give him a. Don't forget, he needs a gold star.
Thank you.
Oh yes, gold star.
Gold star for Nate today.
There you go. Just to let you know, the matches are both on 11:30. The 7:30 p.m. kickoff between Orlando and New York Red Bull, and then 10 p.m. kickoff against LA and Seattle.
Perfect. So. All right. MLS moving along.
Yeah.
Again, I think, if MLS had its way, we'd love to see Messi continue on, but it wasn't to be. But now the next best thing is LA versus New York, so we'll see what happens there. All right, so that's our MLS roundup.
Yeah.
Nice and short and sweet.
Yeah.
Next week we'll report back and see what we got else that's going on with MLS. Now it's time for some Bundesliga chat time with our good friend, Nate.
When it's late at night and everyone's asleep, no one wants to hear from Bundesliga Chat Time with Craig and Brooks.
I want to hear from Bundesliga Chat Time.
They do in Charlotte.
Yeah. I want.
Nice.
Yes.
I want to know. All right. Did we have a Gio Reyna sighting this week?
We'll get to that.
Ah, crap.
So, starting out with the good matches. Heidenheim versus Leverkusen. Where Maloney played full 90 again. Just putting in the full 90. U.S. national standout. Hopefully he'll get called back in again. Heidenheim kicked out 2 goals. Bam, bam. Winning against Leverkusen 2-0. Leverkusen went, oh, shit. Hey, we went undefeated last year. And then popped in 5 unanswered goals.
5? I thought it was 4.
5 unanswered goals. Ba-bam, bam, bam. Ba-bam, bam, bam, bam.
They did what they do because they good, man.
And then they went, oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we got this game easy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Done.
Hey, we didn't lose anything last year, especially not jackass like this. Bam! Boom. Just kidding. Sorry, people from my time. Anywho, moving on. That was a 5-2 blistering and a very entertaining game. Lots of goals. Dortmund versus Freiburg. Freiburg was doing great until they decided to play Dortmund. Dortmund was doing shitty until they decided to figure out how to play. What was the result of this game, you ask, Brooks? 4-0 Dortmund.
Whoa.
2 red cards for Freiburg.
Ooh.
Where one of the players in 90-plus decided to pull a Timothy Way. Unfortunately, not getting his coach fired because...
He punched him?
I punched him.
All right.
I punched him.
We got fights in the Bundesliga. Man,
And
you don't see that in the EPO.
just like you would see a hunter in a woods capturing on videotape a strange mythical creature in the mist.
Sasquatch?
Like a Bigfoot. A Gio Reyna emerged from his hibernation
Oh.
to play 78 garbage time minutes when they had only 10 players and already up 4 goals. Good for you, Gio. Glad to see you back.
Yeah.
Yay, Gio.
Talk about a career that's just fallen off over the
Yay,
last 12
Gio.
months. Man,
Guess
oh,
who
man.
played 90? P-Folk played 90.
Yay.
Union Berlin
Oh, wow.
lost 1-0 to Wolfsburg, though.
Ah.
P-Folk did play 90.
Okay.
Padres is still out. Too
Paredes.
bad for him.
Paredes.
Pardes. Having a party.
We're having a Paredes over here.
Guess who needs a job? Mats Ponzo. Yes, that's right. Mats Ponzo for USA, who once coached Stuttgart and then went on to Hoffenheim because he got fired there too. Recently was fired. And like an asshole, they did a new manager bounce against RB Leipzig. Why am I pissed at this? Not because like, oh, Nate's a huge Leipzig fan.
Because
no,
Leipzig-
because Leipzig was keeping track with A1 Munich.
Oh.
God damn it.
no.
So, Leipzig comes out. They start scoring. This dude decides to, I don't know, win and put on a masterclass. RB Leipzig ended up losing this game, unfortunately. 4-3, Hoffenheim. Leipzig losing, which doesn't bode well because Harry Kane, of course, had a friggin' hat trick and won 3-0 against Augsburg and haven't lost a game.
So Bayern are planting the crops for farmers season?
Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
Yes, they are. Dude, I don't know. We already mentioned it earlier, but just so everybody's aware, Harry Kane, the fastest ever Bundesliga player to 50 goals.
Nice.
42 games officially, I believe it is.
Just needs a trophy now.
Just
Yeah, he's
Just
probably-
needs the Bundesliga trophy.
he just
Just
needs-
something.
a trophy.
A trophy.
Any trophy.
I would be
trophy.
hard pressed to say they're not going to do it.
Do you think his kids?
They're gonna win
Do
something.
you think his kids get a trophy for him at home every time? Like you're the
dad-
best,
dad-
#1 dad trophy.
You're our favorite dad.
Yes.
That's the trophy they
Yes,
give him.
yes.
Our favorite dad.
So, last but not least, of course, I got to cover the Stuttgart.
Of course.
Stuttgart on a roll, another win, 2-0 over a Bochum. Had no strikers. Everyone's injured. They had like 1.5.
Yeah.
They just got the job done.
Hey,
So
that's what good teams do.
hey, there you go. So they extended their win streak within the league. Good for them. After losing last week against Frankfurt, nail biter type game.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, let's put up the table. Here we go. As you can see, after 11.
So you can see how Leipzig really needed that 3 points there. That
really
went
did.
from being only 5 points back to now being an unfortunate 7. Frankfurt's hanging around, but Frankfurt usually will peter out. They haven't petered out yet, but they usually do. We'll see eventually if that happens. And, well, Dortmund's rising up the table. Good for them, I guess, but I think they're too far out to really do anything, but we'll see. Because next week, Saturday, 12 o'clock, I believe the time, Der Klassiker. So Dortmund, if they're finding your form, now couldn't be the best time to do it because you're about to play your biggest rivals. The league needs you to win. Not just Dortmund fans. Not just Brooks's grandmother at home. Not just Craig's dad who doesn't give two shits about German football.
Right.
Not just me because I'm sick of people telling me it's a one-team league. Because the team won it last year. A different one. Shut up.
Yes.
The world needs this. The world cannot have the snotty snoots of Munich, the people who think they're better than all of Germany, that look down. It is a wonderful place. I'm sorry, anyone from Munich. I do love it. But anyways, we need them taken off the
Is
peg.
it the New York of Germany?
They need a loss, Brooks.
Do you know who's a big Bayern
They
Munich?
need a loss.
You know who's a big Bayern Munich?
Renato.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yes.
huge.
They
Yes,
need
he
a
is.
loss. So we need Dortmund to do something there. We need them to have a bit of humble pie.
Yeah.
The league needs them to have a bit of a humble pie. Then everyone can kind of catch up.
Dirk
What a humble brat.
humble brat. I could use a brat right now. That Dirk Klassiker is 12 o'clock on Saturday, ESPN Plus. If you do not have ESPN Plus, get down to Thomas McGee's where everybody else will be watching that game. Dirk Klassiker is BVV, Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich. That'd be a good game, man.
If they win, they're only 6 points behind Munich.
I mean,
I just looked at the table. It just shows.
Everyone will.
Yeah, everything's still in play.
Everything's in
Two
play.
through 5 will all be in grateful.
Yes. Yes.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
that's the leagues. Everyone goes, oh, Munich beats everyone. No, it's
don't.
actually what happens is exactly what I just explained with Leipzig, where they're kicking the crap out of everyone. They're neck and neck with Munich. They didn't lose against Munich. Like, they're neck and neck with them. They just need to play them and beat them at home. And what do? They go to do a turd burger against Hoffenheim, who's like bottom of the goddamn league, just fired their manager. That's the Bundesliga for you. That's why there's a thing called parity.
Yes, which I like.
Yeah. Well,
MLS has a lot of that.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, moving on. Thank you for Bundesliga chat time, Nate. I do love when we check in with all the Americans, by the way.
Yes, it's important.
I love it. I think it's great. Americans love playing in the Bundesliga, and we love hearing about it. All right, a couple of other things happened this weekend for soccer. Over the last week, actually, Juan Mata joined the San Diego FC ownership group. Former Man United and Chelsea player Juan Mata has purchased into the San Diego FC ownership group. I wonder if we'll see him at games. I wonder if we'll be seeing him helping with certain things and aspects of games. I don't know. Is he going to be like a David Beckham where he's just the face of the organization? And I don't know. He's not exactly... doesn't quite have the face to be the face of an organization. But hey, good luck to you, Juan Mata. So interesting news there, by the way.
He looked really, really good in that 80s jacket.
I thought the same
graphic?
thing. Like, yeah, the picture they put out, I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, that jacket's from the
got some style.
mid-'80s for sure, man.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted one. Am I the only one who wanted one? Yeah, just me. Okay.
Wanted two.
Wanted two.
I was born in 91, so after. So I don't know.
God, Brooks, thanks again. And just so everybody knows, NWSL championship game was last night. It was Orlando Pride playing against the Washington Spirit. Orlando Pride 1-1-0. Interesting that the goal, there was a blatant push on the goal. It went to VAR. They reviewed it. I don't know how that wasn't called. Beyond me, blatantly, the woman just pushes the other woman off. 2 hands. You can see the extension. Ball's at her feet. Hooks it down the field. Bana, the striker, goes on and scores a goal that the goalie has, in my opinion, got to stop.
Yeah, that was a little soft of a goal I saw.
Gotta save that, right? Overall, pretty good game, though. I was entertained. I thought the soccer was pretty good, high level. I would have loved to have seen one of our favorite players, one of our favorite friends of the show, Chloe Ricketts. I would have loved to have seen her get on the field, see what she could do in that.
Still injured.
In that situation, she was on the bench.
Oh,
she's
was
on
she?
the bench.
Oh, she's
on the
back from
bench.
injury.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's
All right.
back from injury. I would love to have seen her get on the field and really see what she could do there, but wasn't to be. Orlando Pride win 1-0. They are your NWSL champions. Brazilian Marta goes on, and that is her first NWSL championship for her.
That was the first time her mom watched her play live in America.
Really?
Yes, I did not know that.
I was watching without commentary, but they kept showing her mom.
Yes, that's
over
why.
And over and over.
Yes,
I'm like,
that's
all right,
why.
we
It's the
get
first
it.
time
It's
she
her
watched her
mom.
live in NWSL.
Well, maybe she's good luck. She needs to watch her a little bit more often so they win every year. All right, last but not least, USL Championship winner is Brooks.
Colorado Switchbacks over Rhode Island. Big upset. Colorado, I don't know if they were heavily favored, but one of the best teams in USL Championship, and Colorado Switchbacks showed up and smoked them 3-0.
3-0.
So, yes, a Mr. Juan Tejada, who is a attendee of the Midwest Pro Combine, a combine that I helped put together. And then I believe he played one summer for AFC Ann Arbor, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dang.
For Mr. Eric Rudland. So,
I was
yes,
about to say-
D2 player, by the way, NCAA D2. Panamanian player too. Had one cap so far. For
So we had a Panamanian player who played for Ann Arbor FC Division II and has made it to the second tier of U.S. soccer and just helped win a championship.
And the MVP of that championship as well.
Dang.
I know, right?
You know what? The applause button.
Yeah,
Applause
exactly.
Button. Yeah, well
Shows
done.
you hard work gets you very far in life.
I love it. That's a great story, man. That is an awesome story of that kid.
Yes.
So yeah, hey, that we had a lot going on this past week here with soccer. Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, we really appreciate you. We thank you for joining. Thank you again to our partners. Thank you again to Soccer World. Thank you again to Next Level Training. Thank you again to the Michigan Jaguars. Thank you again to Thomas McGee's and the Football Doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Thank you to Fab Football Academy. Listen, guys, we appreciate the support. Again, tonight's show we kind of dedicated to our friend David Hebestreit, who passed away this past week. He'll be missed, loved a lot, and missed. We'll let everybody know about arrangements and stuff that's coming up. So keep his family and his friends in your thoughts and prayers. But from us here at We Are Soccer, we hope you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.